As I crawled out of being addicted to a certain new game from my favorite series, late October saw me returning to console JRPGs again, with a Furyu-colored month to remind me of the other types of JRPGs I love too. I returned to one emotive JRPG full of songs I love in a higher quality form to see what its new version had to offer, and then jumped into the spiritual successor of another I loved in the past, now with androids with its themes of life and death in a weirdly comforting game that makes destroying enemies and talking to its unique group of characters feel enjoyable. It was another fun month that has me hoping to get even more console time this month, so with that, let's get into the JRPGs I played in October. After adoring Crysaw 4 years ago, a follow-up of any kind was something I'd always hoped for, and while director Fuyuki Hayashi's next work, Monarch, gave some nods to Crystar in its map layout, this new game, CRYMACHINA, feels a little closer, with it more like a spiritual successor, but featuring familiar themes of humanity, emotions, and the afterlife, this time with a robotic twist to keep it feeling new too. If you played the demo, I'm a little beyond that at the moment, and while I would have liked to have played more of it by now, I've really enjoyed what I have so far and have been enjoying taking my time with it. Its action gameplay feels satisfying, even if I'm sure I could be doing things a little better with my equipment, and I can't help but watch all the conversations with the girls, whether they be about movies or what happened to humanity in their world, as each of their different personalities makes it interesting to see what they'll say and how they'll interact together too. These two elements together have helped make this an oddly relaxing gameplay experience, maybe because I can unleash stress and then enjoy slow conversation, or maybe because it's the first time gaming on my couch in weeks. Either way, it's making for a fun experience where I enjoy time disappearing when I jump in this world of robotic girls fighting for their humanity that I look forward to watching unfold. I'll have more to say on it soon, as I do plan to complete it in full this month, so hopefully you'll see a full review from me in the near future. But so far, I'm having a fair bit of fun learning about and beating its bosses and enjoying deep and dynamic moments in its world, so hopefully I can see and talk more about it very soon. Before I dove into CRYMACHINA, when I finished making JRPGs I played in September, the Caligula Effect 2 had just come out, this time in a new form for PS5. I first downloaded the original PS4 version for comparison to remind myself how it felt, where I also got wrapped up finishing a few of its social events too. Then I jumped into the PS5 version to see if there was much of a difference, and it turns out there is some, even if it's a small difference. The new PS5 version does feel that little bit smoother and sharper that does make it feel like the best version of the Caligula Effect 2 so far, so it's not without improvement, which could be better or worse depending if you played the original or not like I did. Unlike the first Caligula, it's only been a couple of years since 2's first version came out, and its first PS4 version could already run on PS5, so this new version is a little hard to truly feel is necessary, especially since its starting place wasn't something like the Vita like it was for the first one. Additionally, since I played 2, from when I got better at actually completing my games properly and not rushing things, I feel more frustration that I can't carry over my save for the PS4 version, as I would love to do its post-game content in this extra good-looking form and bring over my party with their post-game levels. Those who are buying it for the first time will likely be very happy to get the best version of the game, but for games I've already played, I'm finding with these PS5 re-releases for games I've already played on PS4, helping clarify what makes me want to double dip on something or not, as it seems if there isn't extra DLC or content, along with the fact I can't carry over my save, I find myself that little bit less happy to pay for something like this, and for that reason I feel extra lucky a code for this was sent to me, and hope talking about it will help any of you guys considering it use your wallets wisely. I'd be curious to hear if any of you guys double dipped or picked up Caligula 2 for the first time, and your thoughts on PS4 games releasing on PS5 in general. Ultimately, I am glad to have Caligula 2's PS5 version in my collection, but if I ever decide to go completionist on it, it'll likely involve an entire playthrough of the new version that makes it a little less likely to do. I am also, however, glad to see what I consider a great game reach its best form, even if it had to be in a second release, and hope it attracts those who are interested in it and haven't played it yet to enjoy it in this high quality form. After my epic Atelier Resleriana rendezvous at the beginning of last month, since its 4th chapter release, I can say I've definitely calmed down on it a little, as I'm only 6 parts into its 58 new ones. That isn't at all to say I've been away from it though, especially since it started giving story events, so I've been kept busy on train rides with those to keep Atelier in my life every day, and I'm still enjoying every second. The ones I played in October were the Lily one, a Maruru one, and also a brief Sophie one that felt more like an initial experiment, with the other 2 being much more fleshed out and most importantly having story. And since there's currently no archiving of these event moments, I had to play them all right away to see what they were about. So far, the event stories seem to be playing with 2 types of narratives, which are side stories for Resno, which is the route the Lily event took, and Atelier what if scenarios, which was seen in the Maruru event, and also the current Plofter event for Halloween that takes on a story for if Sophie's Atelier was a candy shop and a Halloween poonie came in and caused some mischief. Since Atelier has been a series that usually has the book closed on characters when their games end, it's been interesting to see these new stories and how they've found a way to give us more moments with these characters while still respecting their source material. For the Lily event, since that hasn't been localized, I was able to get to know her for the first time while also spending more time with the other Salberg girls and seeing some likely fan service for those who wanted to see them interact more with each other. Meanwhile, the Maruru event was very fun, as not only did it give her a gorgeous costume, but it also told a more traditional Dragon Quest style story with her as the stolen princess and Resna as the hero, using her positivity as a core story point that helps fit everything together with lots of fun moments in between. I'm making this having just had similar fun in the Plofter event and think it all seems to be a good way to tell new stories that makes me wonder if it reflects the route Resleriana is going overall. Many of the stories so far seem to be self-contained in ways that wouldn't affect the universes these girls came from, so while I love this game and want everyone to be able to play it, it may also mean that this is very much just for the Atelier audience who wants more from the series, even if just in light moments like these. This is only based on its first 3 story events though, so I could be wrong, but I don't think it would be a bad way to go, especially since we have no idea if a localization is even possible at this point. In any case, I just got a bunch of level packs with free currency to help me progress a little better, so you'll likely continue to see Resleriana pop up somewhere in future JRPGs I played, as my love for this game and Atelier won't let me put it down. Right now though, I hope you guys enjoy at least seeing some of the cute costumes and stuff this game is bringing, and I'm looking forward to spending more time with the series in small ways like this as we continue counting down to hearing about the next main entry. Since it's actually the start of November as I make this, I'm able to look a little better at the month overall and make some plans, although since I'm in the middle of CRYMACHINA, I also don't want to commit to anything too heavy before I'm done with that makes it not as easy as I'd like, but we are spoiled for choice, which is always a good thing. I've just received Star Ocean the second story R from Square Enix that, if it grabs me in its first hours, may be something I could get into once I'm done with my CRYMACHINA playthrough. I like what I tried of Star Ocean briefly last year, and the trailers for Second Story R looked good enough to have had me put it on my calendar. At this point, I actually don't remember a bunch about it aside from that, although it does seem to be a multi-protagonist story that I found interesting about the Divine Force last year too. I'll keep you guys posted with what I do with it, and definitely let me know if you'd like to see me cover it, as there are a few other things I'm considering as well. It's a hard decision what to play this month between a Persona release in the form of Persona 5 Tactica on the 17th, Like a Dragon Gaiden on the 9th, and the Beyond Dawn DLC for Tales of Arise on the 8th. I'm really interested in all of these, still in the middle of CRYMACHINA, and probably only have time for one extra thing, so I'm not sure which one I'll go with at this point, although I'm sure all the trailers I'll watch footage for this portion will help get me hyped enough to want to play all of them. I've also recently had a lot on my mind about looking at my big collection of unplayed games before I buy a new one, so this thinking does make me think maybe I should just go with Star Ocean as I already have it, and plenty of other games are collecting physical and digital dust at all times in my collection, as much as I'd like to support all of these releases in some way. A lot of this does rest on when exactly I finish CRYMACHINA though, as depending when that is, I may be able to choose based off our count or what you guys express interest in, so as said, definitely let me know what you want to hear about, as that's always a big help in these decisions, and I'm sure you'll find the answer to what I end up playing in the videos that will come. With all these great releases this month and a seemingly quieter December on the the horizon, it feels like a good time to end the year of new releases on a fun note before deciding on the final things we want to finish by the end of the year. Whatever you guys end up going with, I'm sure you'll have fun as everything looks good this month, so I look forward to hearing and talking about fun JRPGs with you guys soon as the month gets underway. Thank you for watching this video. Let me know in the comments below what you played in October and what you plan to play this month. You can like and share this video if you enjoyed it, subscribe to my channel for more JRPG content like this, and ring that bell to get notifications on whenever I post so you don't miss a thing. You can check out more videos here, and you can find me on social media on Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram, all at JRPG Jungle. Links to those will be in the description below, and until next time, thank you, bye!